Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on the Corvette for one last time before we go drag racing. You guys might be wondering, what are we working on today? Today we're going to be working on the Aero and cooling package. And you guys might be wondering, well, what are you talking about? Well, long story short, I was looking on Corvette forums for some like tips and tricks to aerodynamics, and lo and behold, what I found out that when I converted my car to a Z06 wide body front kit, I found out I was missing a piece. You guys might be wondering, well, what piece were you missing? This little rubber piece. It's GM part number 208-38-135. You guys might be wondering, well, what is this little piece of rubber? This little piece of rubber closes off the gap in the lower part of the bumper. And when I ordered the kit, I actually ordered the kit from a GM online retailer. You know, basically the parts department, one of the dealerships. Well, that parts department closed down a while ago, and so this was not included in the kit, which is kind of shocking because you think it should have been. You know, if they're going off the GM parts diagrams, making a list and selling it as a kit. Well, this was not included in that kit, and I didn't even know this piece existed. So all of the drag racing that I've been doing for the last 5 or 6 years, yeah, I think it's been 5 or 6 years since I've done the front conversion, I've been doing with bad aerodynamics. And what do I mean by that? Well, to show you guys, I'm gonna have to get the car up in the air and on a lift. Alright guys, now that we got the car in the air, I can show you where the bad aerodynamics is. So if you guys look underneath the front of here, you can see the air will come through the bumper and into the radiator package. You guys just happen to be looking at the higher capacity heat exchanger that we put in a couple weeks ago, actually a couple months ago. And if you guys look underneath the car, you'll see that there's a cavity right here that is open. This cavity basically allows air to come through and up, and also it allows air to come through the bumper and even down. So what we have here is like two forces of air fighting each other. And what we're going to be doing is all of the wide body Corvettes, including the Grand Sport, the ZR1, Z06, the 427 convertible, and we already said the Grand Sport. So those 4 wide body cars all have a rubber flap, that piece of the trim that we showed you, blocking this off. And what that does is it forces the air to go through the bumper and up in the radiator package. The base cars actually use this rubber air dam on the bottom as part of the cooling package to allow air to come, like, hit the bottom of the car and force it up into the radiator. So I've known that there's been that, like, opening there, but I thought that's the way all the Corvettes were. I had no idea that the cooling package for the Z06, ZR1, and the Grand Sport had that little flap there. So today what we're going to be doing is correcting a bad aerodynamic. You know, there's a reason that's there, and I believe that is to get air into the cooling package, you know, and from underneath the car. Basically what we're doing is hopefully eliminating drag by having that air going through the bumper and down. It should be going up into the bumper and through the the cooling package. And with the vent on top, you know, maybe that's kind of the path that the air would go through the cooling pack, like through the bumper, hit that rubber gasket material, that baffle, go through the radiator package, and then out the top. Kind of inefficiently because we've got the blower and everything in the way, but that's in theory. That would be the way we improve the Aero. And we're going to be getting rid of the base style aerodynamic package on here. Honestly, guys, I had no idea this even existed. So all the drag racing I've done ever since I basically put this wide body kit on the car has had bad aerodynamics. And I can't say that this is going to make a huge difference. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But basically, we're going to be converting the car to a bottom feeder instead of having that bad aero on the bottom, it'll go either through the radiator or nothing. It's not gonna fight, and this hopefully will reduce front drag. So now I don't have the money like Cletus to go to a wind tunnel, but you know, this is a GM design, and I trust that they did this hopefully for aerodynamics and hopefully not fuel efficiency. I don't think they would have, but so let's get started and get that baffle installed. All right, guys, there's not much to this install. There's literally only gonna be 3 bolts, and I believe it's a 7mm and a 10. Actually, I'm sorry, there's 6 bolts. So basically what we're gonna be doing is taking out these 3 bottom bolts. These are all 10. These are all going to be 10s on the bottom. Alright, so we got the 3 10mm out. Now we got to get these 7mm out. Yep, they're 7. Alright guys, got an extension, and just take these 7mm bolts out. They're right in the bottom of the bumper cover. Alright guys, so that's it. We're basically going to take this cover, take the label off, it's already halfway off. Take this cover, put the 10mm spots along the back. And if you look with a flashlight, yeah, oh, that's going to line up perfect. Take your 10mm bolts, feed them through. One, 2, 3. Alright, so you got your 3 10mm in. Now the 7s, I think we're going to take this flap, as you guys can see, and fold it flat going forward. And what we're going to do is we're going to stick that between the bumper cover and the bottom, I believe it's the radiator shroud. I believe the bottom of the radiator shroud folds down, and that's what the bumper cover screws into. So basically what we're going to do is pop this bumper cover down, fold this 90-degree down, fold that flat, push it in between the bumper cover, and I believe it's the bottom of the radiator shroud. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what that is. So we're basically making like a 3-layer sandwich. We're going to have the bottom of the radiator shroud, the plastic filler piece, and then the bumper cover itself. You got to get the holes lined up. It's all a 7mm screw like I was saying, and get that all lined up. And we'll be done fixing the Aero by making this car a bottom feeder instead of it going through the bumper and having the ability to the air coming down. So let's get this finished up and we'll show you the results. Alright guys, I've gotten the 3 screws, 7mm screws reattached. Did take a little bit of finagling of getting the bumper cover down. I actually had to take out 2 more screws. There's here and here. Those are 7mm as well. Took those out, and it gave me enough room to pop this whole assembly down. I got the baffle between the radiator shroud, the baffle, and then the bumper cover. I got all that, and we got everything tightened down. So now we're just tightening down the 10mm up front. Alright guys, so that's it. We got all 3 tighten down. All right guys, as you can see, we filled in that hole. There's 2 screws there, 2 screws there, 2 screws there, making 6 in total. So we filled in that base model feature of the air going, you know, basically being turbulent right onto the front end with this front air dam. Here's a view from the top. You can basically see the radiator sitting right on top of that black plastic piece that we just put in. So that's cool. All right guys, that's gonna be it for improving the aerodynamics of this thing. We're just installing factory parts, which I never knew existed, and you know, until we started doing some research on this stuff, didn't even know that I was missing this piece. That baffle piece was like, I think 30 bucks shipped, so nothing too expensive. Yes, you probably could have taken some rubber, cut it, but then you're gonna have to put a 90 in it, and it just wouldn't look good unless you have a way to heat up rubber, put a 90-degree bend in it with a brake of some sort, and able to keep it molded that direction. But or you try some ABS plastic, I guess. Yeah, that would work too. It would be a lot more rigid. But I'd be afraid that with the radiator in there, that extra heat exchanger that we got from Aero, I'm not sure that would fit. And just because it's all tight right there, and I think with that being kind of a loose material, it allows it to bend ever so slightly. Because it looks like from the bottom, it looks like it's humped down a little bit. I honestly think that's the bottom of the radiator, the heat exchanger going, sitting in the same space that shroud is trying to fit. So I think that'll help with aerodynamics. Now, will this help with quarter mile times? Honestly, guys, I kind of doubt it. I mean, unless that front little piece was creating that much drag. But we're only going like 124 miles an hour. If we were doing 200, yeah, I could see maybe in the top end of, you know, top max speed of this car, that drag could exponentially increase. But I'm not sure. And if you guys watched that video that Leroy did, their front end improvements didn't really do much. It was all in the rear. Like when they did that rear diffuser, I think it increased their aerodynamics by like 20 or 30%. And it was not requiring them 500 horsepower to go 100 miles an hour. Whatever their feature was, I don't remember the exact details of that video, but I think their front, they saw more gain from the back, which we may do someday, but not today. That ain't gonna happen today. So, but I really think where we may see improvement is actually the IATs. I think with more air being forced to go through the radiator package, the cooling package of the car, with the heat exchanger, the air condenser, and the radiator for the motor, I think we may see better results there. Because when we went drag racing last time, we saw that 10-degree temperature difference. Maybe with this little piece of Aero, well, maybe we'll see 15, maybe we'll see 20-degree IAT drop. I don't know. We'll just have to see. So with this mod, we're done modifying the car. You guys will have seen the suspension adjustments, tire pressure stuff, and all that good stuff. So with this modification being done, you know, last week's test and tune got canceled due to rain. Next week is the last and final test and tune of the season. Maybe we'll, if the rain stays away and the weather cooperates, we'll be able to test out the suspension mods and this little cooling mod. So in that drag racing results video, I'll show the IAT temperatures again. Maybe I'll even compare last year with the temps to the other test and tune session we took the Corvette to with the new results. Maybe we'll get 3 scientific like charts going for you guys, but we'll see. So that's gonna be it for the Aero mods and cooling package mods for this video. If you guys like the video, give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. And if you guys want to know when I upload videos, hit that bell notification button. And also, if you guys want to help support the channel, click the links below. Thanks guys, have a great one.